welcome to this week's betting preview of the Tour Championship. It's the FedExCup season finale featuring the top 30 players competing for the glory at Eastlake this week. It's a Friday start. Looking back to last week, we hit the crossbar with Dustin Johnson as our main selection was pipped in an enthralling playoff to John Rahm. However, followers of my Twitter account, Watford Tipster, may well have hit the money as Rasmus Højgaard was successfully tipped up at 16 to 1 as he won the European Tour event at the Belfry. Let's go in a search for some more profit this week as I have 3 selections for the 30-man field. But a big point to make before we start is I will be swerving the tournament market, which sees Dustin Johnson a very short price favourite because the FedExCup leader comes in with a handicap strokes advantage as it goes down from first to last. So Johnson goes on very short price. I'm going to ignore this market and concentrate instead on betting without the FedExCup strokes handicap advantage, which effectively means we're looking at a normal tournament market where everyone starts from zero. Harder to follow across the 4 days, but I think it is the better market to follow. So first up, my main selection is Webb Simpson at 14 to 1. The American has had a phenomenal year, landing 2 victories and 8 top 10s this season. Simpson finished inside the top 6 in his last 2 events, and his decision to skip last week's BMW Championship may well prove an inspired move. He comes in well rested, while some of the other players in the field will have been exhausted by the demanding nature of last week's course. His stats this season are tremendous. He leads the tour for birdie average, scoring average and putting average. All aspects of the game are in brilliant shape. This has been the best year of Simpson's career, and there's no reason to think he won't contend this week. He absolutely loves Donald Ross tracks, as he showed a few weeks ago when finishing 3rd at Sedgefield. And his form at Eastlake, the demanding par 70, is also impressive. He was 4th at the course back in 2018 and 2013, along with a 5th place finish in 2012. Simpson still has a chance of landing all the glory with the FedExCup title, but rather than focus on that, I'm going to back the American to win with all the players starting at level for the week at 14 to 1. He is my strongest fancy this week. Xander Schauffele came very close to selection, such as his excellent record at Eastlake, but instead my next best this week is Billy Horschel at 30 to 1. Now, Horschel is a former FedExCup champion and boasts an outstanding record at Eastlake. He's had just 3 visits and his form reads a victory in 2014, 2nd place 2 years ago, and 7th was his worst result back in 2013. You can see another boost to the Donald Ross course link is that just a few weeks ago he finished runner-up at Sedgefield, another track with similarities to this week, even if it is significantly easier. Now, Horschel squeezed into the top 30 on the final day last week. His chances of landing the FedExCup are virtually nil, but I'd expect the American to really put together another strong score across the 4 rounds at one of his favourite courses. Horschel at 30 to 1 is a confident selection. And my final bet again is Kevin Kisner at 35 to 1. I'm keeping faith for the American once again this week after a solid showing last week. Now, Kisner is really rounding into form. He's landed 5 successive top 25 finishes, which includes a 3rd place finish at the Wyndham Championship and another 3rd place effort at another Donald Ross course in Detroit at the Rocket Mortgage Classic recently. He's also very well suited to Eastlake, where he putts the Bermuda greens so well. He finished 3rd at the par 70 course back in 2017 and he was 9th last year. He's really starting to get to grips with the course and he's probably never come in more consistent form either. So Kisner forms the final part of a three-pronged American attack this week. A quick recap sees Webb Simpson at 14-1, my main bet in the tournament without FedExCup strokes applied. Then it's Billy Horschel at 30-1 and Kevin Kisner at 35-1 is my final bet. 3 players to go into battle with in the 30-man field. Best of luck with your bets this week. Don't forget to subscribe and follow Twitter for all my bets for the other tournament this week in Spain. Good luck with it. Enjoy the golf. It's a Friday start and see you next week for the new season.